When you think of the word broken, what do you see? Something damaged, fractured, a broken toy or a discarded memory too tattered to hang on to. A person, a child, unwanted, out of place, thrown away. That's what we all have in common, all because we were born into this chaotic world with abilities we didn't ask for, powers we didn't understand, forced to survive in a world already expecting us to fail. A Nephilim born to protect but only brings death. A wolf bound to the moon, desperate and afraid of who she could become, but with a destiny bigger than she could imagine. A vampire forced to feed but unable to restrain the insatiable bloodlust. A banshee born in a body he didn't recognize but enforced to endure. And finally, a witch, born into immense power but lacks control, overshadowed by a family whose name means everything. We may not look like much on the outside, and we may be considered many things. But one thing I do know, and that is we are not broken.
Okay. Hey everyone, it's Naj.
Hey, it's Robyn.
Hey guys, it's Iz, and as you can see, we have a group of lovely people here today. If you don't know who this is, we released a trailer for our show, The Circle of Five, and this is the wonderful cast of it. I guess we can just go around. Let's start with, who wants to go first? Introduce yourselves.
Yeah, I want to go first. Hi, I'm Lila, and I play Bexley.
Okay.
Go next.
Okay, I'll go next. Okay, my name's Sam, and I play Charlie.
My name's Sierra Michelle, and I play Farron Cunningham.
What's up? I'm Ben, and I play Harvey. That was bound to happen. We were doing so well. Now you're up. Sorry.
All right, who wants to go? Which one of you?
Did I not? I did it. I'll do it again. I'm Ben. I play Harvey. That's me.
Hi, I'm Meagan, and I play Lux.
So if you guys don't know what the show is about, basically, it's about
under a rock.
You've been under a rock. It's basically about these 5 different supernatural factions who are thrown onto this island to fend for themselves, basically. They're all, they're considered broken, so they're thrown here to basically die. And yeah, so that's basically what it's about. You want to add anything, Robyn?
I mean, they've been thrown to an island to die. I mean, it pretty much sums it up.
Pretty much sums it up.
I mean, other things happen, relationships form, secrets come out, but people die.
Okay.
I just die inside. No, I don't actually die. I'm just dying inside.
A little bit.
So basically what we're going to do in this podcast is kind of just talk about the show, have the cast kind of talk about their characters and what to expect in this entire process and what we have planned for the show. We want to make this show happen. So this is kind of us trying to promote this. What we basically filmed was a concept trailer to give you guys an idea of what to expect if we were to film the entire season. So I guess what we can do is let's just have each of you guys give a brief description of your character, not like the full thing for now, but maybe what we should expect from this character. And yeah, let's go with you first, Meagan.
Yeah, Meagan.
Okay, Meagan.
The mom of the group.
Okay, hi, I'm Meagan, and I play Lux. And Lux is a kind of quiet, reserved girl who doesn't really like herself very much. She has a lot of internal struggles that she has to deal with over the course of season 1, and just works to slowly try to figure out how to deal with her own internal battles.
Okay, whichever one you want to go next.
I'll go. Again, I play Harvey. Harvey's also maybe a little bit shy. He's a bit of a softie. He's got a big heart, and then especially when he meets Lux, there's like a big connection there, and he feels really drawn to make sure that they stick together and that she's taken care of and protected at all costs. Yeah, he's very serious. He wants to make sure that the group stays together, and he's like trying to foster a lot of trust between all of us in the circle of five.
Okay, I can go. I'm Sierra again. I'm playing Farron. So Farron is basically your mean girl, bitchy high school incarnate villainy kind of person. But I like to think of her as a misunderstood, selfish 17-year-old who is not really trying to be evil, but is really just hell-bent on survival. That's kind of my take. But yeah, technically she is the antagonist, and technically she will pretty much do anything to get herself and I guess some of the people she likes off the island. It's more about her though. She's kind of all about herself. She is hell-bent on perfection. She believes that she has to be the best at everything in order to have a successful life. And she is really stressed out all the time about that. So that's pretty much Farron.
But she's
She
not
doesn't
the
like
best
sand.
scenario.
What'd you say?
But
She
she's
doesn't
not
like-
in the scenario.
She doesn't like sand, yeah.
Oh yeah, she also really hates it, just like Anakin Skywalker. So
Yeah.
I'm basically just playing
Oh
Anakin.
God.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough. Anyways.
I agree.
Or you were wearing what? How big were your heels when you were?
They were like 3-inch stilettos that I was walking around in sand in. And listen, as a person, I don't really wear heels. So that was really a challenge because not only do I not wear heels, I also don't wear heels to the beach because
Who wears heels? To
like
the
who
beach?
does that? If I saw that, I would be like, LOL, that person's really stupid. So that's pretty much Farron. Is she's a girl that wears heels to the beach.
Yeah, I had to give her piggyback rides while we were filming.
That was so fun.
Yeah.
I literally could not walk.
But to be fair, Farron didn't know that she was going to be at the beach.
Yeah.
That's
So,
true. But I
it's
feel like
true.
she keeps her heels for the entire season and she's like, meh.
It's a thing now. It's just in heels all the time.
It's just like her thing.
She's like beauty is pain.
Beauty is
Literally.
Beauty. Okay.
Worth it.
I guess I can go next. As I said, I'm Sam and I play Charlie. There's not much I can really say about him other than that he's kind of just like there for the first season and he's like, you know, the comedy relief. But you get to see more about his personal life and his family when you get further into the series.
He's the baby.
He's our
he's-
secret.
He's the baby.
He's our
He's
secret.
my bestie.
I mean, we're best friends, so it's yeah.
Okay, I guess it's my turn. So I'm Lila and I play Bexley Knight, and Bexley's real cool. She's she's real gay, and we love that.
I was about to say that I was about to say she's real gay.
Just yeah. But she is kind of, oh Lord, she's a vampire and she doesn't drink human blood, and because she doesn't like that part of herself, which is understandable. It's kind of like Lux in a way, you know, where she kind of hates certain parts of herself, and she always is, I feel like she's trying to find herself a lot, and she kind of attaches herself to other people through love connections, and I think it's really just because she's confused about herself, but she's kind of badass. Like, she's kind of cool. I really like, I play her, so of course I like her, but you know, she's definitely
She's very
exactly yeah, and she be doing her thing.
Yeah, she be doing
I didn't
that.
explain that well.
And better than how I described Charlie. I mean, I can.
For
I
the
don't know what
official
I'm allowed-
character description, I want she be doing her thing as like the only text that's under for
And
Bexley.
then Charlie can be like, Charlie watches her do her thing.
Yes.
he's just there. He's just there in the background in most scenes, and he's like, I mean, come on.
I feel bad for Charlie in the first season because we really don't know anything about him. Like, he's just
Right.
kind of like,
I'm just there.
He's
It's-
just chilling.
I mean, as long as I have my bestie, I'm all good. Bestie,
Bestie.
bestie, no.
Bestie, no.
Bestie, no.
That's kind of like the rundown of each character. Like I said, their stories are very complex, and I love every single one of them individually. Like I love writing every one of you guys. So what do you think, Robyn? What should we go with? Should we talk about do you have any questions, Maj?
I'm just waiting to talk about my ship. You can do whatever you gotta do.
Of course.
She's patiently waiting. She's patiently waiting.
I'm waiting.
I do have to say about the characters is I think, and you were saying each of them have their own story. What I really love is each of them have their own struggle. It's not just 5 characters that are just kind of like thrown into this. Oh, where did Sierra go?
She froze and then she got kicked out, I think. She'll be back.
Okay, well, I'll continue while we're waiting for her. But I really like the fact that each of them have a very different struggle, but still a struggle all the same, which is what they consider as broken. But really, it isn't broken. Like, they're not broken like they think they are, because everyone deals with these struggles. And I think what Iz and I were trying to do is make it very relatable, even though they're supernatural people. Like, Bex's story is very relatable, and Charlie's story will be very relatable, and Lux's, like, everyone's story will be so relatable, even though they are supernatural creatures. So, like, and I think that's what I love the most about the story is they're people first and foremost.
I think that's why I love that one line, she's a different kind of broken, because it's not only describing, like, it's like, okay, yeah, we come into the first season where they're like, oh, these are 5 supernatural people who are thrown onto the island for something that they did, or something about them that they can't really control. And when we see that, like, I don't want to go too far into what to expect in season 1, but, like, they're all a different kind of broken. And while we kind of threw that line out towards just Lux, all of them are different in their own way and broken in their own way.
I think it really, so Lux's line in the beginning of the show, saying that when you're haunted by something, you don't go searching for answers, you run, really ties in with the Farron's line of she's a different kind of broken. Because at the beginning of the season, they are really all running from something rather than, finding what it is that haunts them. And then by the end of the season, hopefully with that line, they're all trying to search for the answers rather than run. So it's like a full circle.
We have pretty much planned out each character up until, and I don't want to be too like cocky saying this, but like we have up to season 3 planned, and it's like each individual story, they go so well with everyone else's. It's like it fits so well together. And I feel like that's why I don't know, I can't talk for Robyn, but like I literally love writing each and every one of you guys, no matter what the situation is. And I feel like people, like Robyn said, are going to relate to a lot of stories. And especially, I honestly think like they're going to relate to Bexley's, they're going to relate to Charlie's, but Farron's is going to be a good one that people are going to relate to. And it's awesome. I love it. And I love writing it. So. But yeah,
because we'll Zoom I think we stayed on Zoom for like 9 hours one time, and literally we just talked about the show and what we wanted to do with this story for pretty much 9 hours straight. So, I mean, that tells you how dedicated we are to, making this happen, and having you guys all be so in love with your characters. And so
we're also very involved.
And very involved. Just, I mean, that's how a show or a story is good, right? I mean, I'm not like patting myself on the back. I mean, I kind of am, but
No, you should pat yourself on the back.
But like just the fact that everyone is so in love with this, and then even to the fact where we have, Naj and Vit who can't be here, and other people like on that Iz and I know that are so excited for this story and for the characters. It just goes to show, I mean, like how amazing it is.
Like to the point where we had an edit made for guys.
I was so excited.
That was so cool.
Yeah,
I know somebody who's working on another one right now too.
an edit. We have editors.
And we have Naj made a picture, like a wallpaper or whatever for us.
I love how Charlie just
Her
had
was
like a
working
black
on-
background.
Yeah.
he was just there. He's just there for the first season, and he's the definition of the black background.
He literally is the comic relief because literally his lines are so freaking hilarious. It's like
I know, because we're just like, what are we gonna have Charlie say in this?
Are we just gonna have him in the background with popcorn? Because that sounds about right.
No, but you have the best one-liners.
Yeah, I do though. I do.
But like this scene, I'm gonna talk about this line because I just freaking love this line. We filmed a scene between Sierra and Meagan. It was the first day, and you guys know what scene I'm talking about.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Lila kept tripping over my foot.
What's really funny about that scene is you and Meagan were talking, and Megan's like, I just want to be slapped. It's all right, let's do it. And we wrote that scene. And that wasn't even part of what we originally had written. And she was just like, I want to be slapped. And we're like, all right,
we were only supposed to film those 3 scenes, the 2 beach scenes, and then the one in the house. And then I was talking to Meagan, and keep in mind, this is before we even met. We were like just talking about stuff, and she's like, I just want to be slapped. I was like, okay.
I feel like I just want Lux to slap me.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
No, wait.
We can always write that in somewhere.
Yeah, please do that. Like it's just out of nowhere, and I just get smack me.
I think everyone should get a turn to be slapped / to slap. That's like a rite of passage.
Well, I feel like at least everybody has to be either slapped by Lux or Farron. It just has to happen.
We just go down the line.
Yeah. Bam, bam, bam.
Everyone in the circle, and then Lux can stand in the middle and just like slap around the circle.
She's like a bam.
Yeah.
But no, that was my favorite scene that we filmed. Probably, I really loved that scene. You guys killed it. And I know people haven't seen it. I showed you Naj. I showed you part of it, but
I've got all the behind the scenes stuff already.
I have the experience of it. So.
No, that was a really fun scene. But how about we go around and what's your favorite scene you guys have filmed? Which one that you just like sticks in your mind?
I mean, I'll start. Mine actually was the slap. I really liked it because we were all in that scene. But it was just like, I think a great way to start the weekend off, just on a funny note. So
yeah.
That was probably mine, honestly.
It kept escalating from there.
Yeah.
Mine was probably the choke.
Oh, please.
That's
Yes.
my favorite scene too.
Yes.
I was so excited about that one because like we were talking about it like the day before, and I was like, I'm gonna choke you. Are you ready to get choked? It's here. I was like, yeah, choke me.
I didn't even mean it like that, bro.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about
that? I'm not 100% sure, but like,
It was so much fun to film too because like in between takes we were like quoting vines, and it was really funny. And it was really funny because like we would go from like we'd be like in the middle, be like, oh fuck, I can't believe you've done this, and then all of a sudden you'd be like, action. I'd be like, what just happened? Like and that was just like a really fun scene, and it was really, I've never done a choke on camera, so that was really fun to do. I think it turned out
I've never done a choke on camera. I want that to be like a motivational quote.
Just quote.
That's the key word, on camera.
Oh, girl!
Just turn things that Lila has said into inspirational quotes. Or Sierra, I'm a good driver, runs over a curb.
Listen. Over the weekend, I drove on the wrong side of the road and got some soccer moms really mad at me.
I'm really
and
not
you know
surprised.
what? Granted, I didn't know. It was an honest mistake, but they were not pleased.
No,
okay.
They were not. I was in the car. They were not.
Or when you you ate when you were on my skateboard. You were like,
yeah. I did a lot of embarrassing things that weekend. It was really not my best me.
We loved it, though. It's very interesting.
So, what about you, Sam?
My favorite scene to film was the scene with Sierra and Lila when we were in the field doing the spell. I like the scene was the scene was very heavy to when you see it, the scene's very heavy and it's got a lot of things going on, but in between takes, Lila, Sierra, and I were all just like messing around, and the multiple times that I tripped when I was trying to get behind Sierra, I loved how it went from very heavy to very lighthearted when it came to going off screen. It was just, I mean, this was my first experience on set at all for anything, so I mean, I love the experience of every day that we went on set.
Hey, Ben.
Yeah, I think any of the scenes where all 5 of us are together are a lot of fun. But other than that, I think that the scene with Harvey and Lux on the beach is a really cool scene. I think what's cool about their relationship is that
my food's here. I'll be right back.
Okay. I think what's cool about their relationship is that in meeting like somebody new, they're both learning about their past in different ways, and so it's like this sort of mysterious like what is this that's going on here between us, and like Harvey's like trying to figure that out and also trying to like be sensitive to whatever Lux is like going through at the beginning of their stay at this wherever they've been put. So I think that like in the beginning the relationship has a lot of cool obstacles, and it's just a really interesting dynamic.
What about you, Robyn? What's your favorite scene that you've written that was in the trailer?
That I wrote? I like the beach scene. I think that's a really powerful scene, and I really like how it really, I mean, I know it's not the beginning of the season, but it really opens up the season. I think especially between Lux and Harvey, and that relationship and like going from there. So, and it really kind of shows their characters a lot too, like, because you don't really see that at the beginning when they're first kind of introducing themselves and stuff like that. But that scene really shows you who Harvey is and who Lux is and like what they think. And I just really like that scene, that moment.
I
also
did a
like
good job writing it.
After that moment, but that wasn't filmed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But no, yeah, that was a really good scene, and she did amazing with that. So, good job, Robyn. You did great.
I think that's okay. So what we wrote after that scene, I think, is when Bexley gets thrown across the room.
Oh, so excited!
I haven't sent you guys. You've seen it. I haven't sent you guys the script, but we're almost finished with episode 4.
I heard a little snippet of it, but then I got distracted by writing my own scene. So.
But my favorite scene that we filmed, I really loved the Lux and Harvey argument, the last scene that we filmed.
Yes.
That one was probably like one of my favorite written that we wrote. Because it just really, that line where it's like, where she goes, and you, and he's like, what is assigned to you? And I just really love that kind of moment right there. So I was going to say that's probably my favorite scene.
I do have to add that Farron's speech at the end to Harvey is amazing. Yeah. I mean, like, I just, and it's just so powerful, but like Sierra, you delivered like the comedic part of it too so well.
Oh, thank you.
Like, it was just, I just love that scene with everything, the way that it was set up, and then just like the dynamic between Farron and Harvey, and then Lux afterwards. And I just like, I'm so excited to have that like whole thing, and not just little bits, but I just love that scene so much.
I think honestly that was my favorite scene to film over the weekend. I think it was like both the most frustrating scene to film and my favorite scene to film, because I was like, felt like I was balancing 50 million things, but like that speech, I felt like it rounded out Farron's character, because usually she's just like the bitchy mean girl, and like she's just a vapid, like self-obsessed, and like it doesn't seem like she has much dimension to her. She just seems like, like Regina George. But I think in that scene when she's really like, no, I'm getting out of here and I'm not going to die here. And that adds another level of, no, she's just a kid. Like she's terrified, and she's willing to kill somebody or get rid of somebody that she doesn't really care for in order for her to survive. And I think it adds a level to not only the story, but to Farron's character. So it's probably my favorite. And that speech was so fun to memorize and to do. And that was the day I got to do lots of fun, like Latin spells, which was really fun to learn and to do.
Yeah, and I like you were saying, building on that, it really does show Farron's character, because like I know we're not going too far into like her background as far as her family life,
Mm-hmm.
but that moment really reflects a lot of what she went through before she arrived on the islands, and
Yeah.
the desperation in her to be at the top, and not necessarily because she wants to win, but because, like you said, she wants to survive.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like that, because it really does show the fact that she's not just this mean girl. She's not just like she's just so much more to her in that moment than
Yeah.
he in like the entirety of the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm. I think so too. I totally agree with that. She's selfish. I think it shows that she's selfish and she's doing terrible things, but she has depth to her selfishness.
Yeah. That's what I really love about all the characters, is there really is so much more depth to all of them, even though it doesn't seem like it at first. Maybe not with Charlie right now, but
We'll get there. We'll
we'll
get
get
there.
there.
Don't get me started. I wrote a very like heavy kind of scene where you really see a different side of Charlie, and it like I showed it to Meagan, and Iz was there when I was writing it. I'm excited to explore his storyline in season 2.
I wrote a really fun scene between Farron and Lux that I'm excited about.
Really?
Because I really love your guys' dynamic together, especially with the slap. But this will happen before the slap, before it escalates.
Yes.
But it's a very like,
Okay, cool.
like two powerful people coming together and just like not backing down, and I really like it. So I'm so excited about this whole entire thing.
Like I said, like I love writing everyone. I don't get me wrong, but there's like certain like dynamics that I love to write. Like I love writing Lux and Farron. Like you guys, like I just feel like I don't know what it is. I think maybe even after meeting you two and seeing you guys act together, I was like, oh, this would be freaking amazing to watch.
They're two very powerful characters in their own right, and having these two people clash and be like, well, Farron's not going to back down and Lux isn't going to back down, and so like having them nose to nose is just like there's so much we can do with them, and have this like dynamic, this almost like a dance between the two of them, of like who, like this power shift, right?
I think it's also like really interesting because like I feel like all the characters have like different ways that they approach things, and I think it's really interesting that like Farron and Lux hate each other at first, but they're actually like really similar.
Right?
Like they're like mirrors for each other. Like they're both like very stubborn and just what they're gonna do. And then you have like Bex and Sam and Harvey, who are just kind of like, babe, stop. Babe,
stop.
Sweetheart, we just need you to take it down a few notches.
Yeah,
okay?
and like I just think it's really funny how we all have like different ways of approaching problems. Like some of us just kind of run away from things more. Others pretend that they straight up don't happen. And then other people close the rest out and pretend like they don't care, which is kind of like what Farron does. And like, I feel like Lux does a lot of
Running
away.
She runs, bro.
Yeah, and
She
Becky
runs.
does a lot of pretending it never happened. She's like, I don't eat people. What are you talking about? No,
and
not
Harvey's very like military, like just very like stoic, and I mean a lot of that has to do with his background too, but
That's when it comes to Lux.
especially when it comes to Lux.
Yeah.
Charlie just like Charlie doesn't really contemplate things. He just likes to use humor as a way to like, you know, escape what's going on.
I honestly feel like Charlie is literally the only one who's actually happy to be on the island.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll understand more
honestly
when
agree.
you understand Charlie's background, though.
He's got his bag full of cigars. He's cool.
Yeah, my bag of cigars. Guys, I think there was a problem here. No, that's your thing. You're just there for you're just the comic relief. It's fine.
Charlie's here for the cigars.
He's
feel
here
like-
for the
I
cigars.
think the next question we could ask is like, is there a scene that you guys want to happen? And like, who do you want in that scene?
Who do you want to play off of? Which
Oh,
character do you
me.
want?
What's
I have
up?
one. I have one. I want a training fight sequence with me and Lux.
Yeah.
At some point. I know we've talked about it, but I want it stated and in like recorded that I want that. I want a
Wait,
training sequence with me and Lux.
Okay, Izzy, I'm not going to say anything, but in season 2, when a new character comes in, could Farron join
I
those
see
two
what you mean.
characters?
Possibly. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
That really
That
confused
would
me.
be a really fun dynamic. So we were talking about Sierra had said she wanted scenes with Lux
Yeah.
Okay.
or
Yes.
with Meagan.
Positive scenes where we're not fighting.
Oh, there's definitely going to be some of those.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I already know who I want scenes with, and I think these Izzy and Megan also know who I want scenes with.
Is it Megan?
I want more scenes with Lux. I want to see a Lux and Charlie friendship. I want to see them bond.
There's one in
There is one, and it's a very cute
But
scene. I will admit it's a very cute scene. I love it. But I mean, I feel like during season 2 when there are things going on, I feel like they should take some time and I feel like they click very well. That's just me.
I always wanted Charlie and Lux to have scenes together anyway, so it's all good.
It works out.
All right, Lila, what about you?
Like I was saying, I actually, I don't know. For some reason, I feel like Harvey and Bexley would have a couple fights, but end up being like broskies, be like.
I was gonna say that I think that like Bexley could like break through his sort of like kind of tough, awkward like skin at first, where he's sort of like, I don't know, he's a little standoffish with like the three of you that aren't Lux.
Right.
I think Bexley could break through that and they could have like a good time maybe. I don't know.
I love how Charlie's like his roommate and he's like he's like, nah man, I don't like you. You're not Lux, nah.
No, I think there's a bond with Charlie too. But you think that Harvey and Bexley would fight?
I think there'd be like a couple, like I feel like it would start with a couple of fights or something, like I don't know. But then it would like move into more of like a bro kind of relationship, like
For
but
sure.
yeah
Brother relationship or something like that. That'd be pretty.
exactly, like kind of like a sibling love sort of.
They're both like going for a beer and they're just like girls, am I right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Literally.
It's like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
All right, Meagan.
I mean, I feel like Lux is gonna get scenes with everybody at this point.
Popular.
Based on all of the discussions we have, at least like through season 2. I don't know. But as far as
she gets to know
season
people
1,
better. Yeah.
What?
I was like, she gets to know people better in season 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly just her starting to open herself up, and which she does. I don't know how much I can say.
Well, this story just heavily revolves around Lux. Like she's just kind of like very much in everything, I guess.
Yeah.
Influence everywhere.
Queen. We all love her.
Mm-hmm.
Do the hair floats.
Lux is my baby. Harvey is Iz's baby, and then we wrote the rest of you.
I mean, damn, God.
Dang, you had to be really brutal about it.
We're just. It's the 3 days. It's fine.
Robyn and I, we have our like set characters that we write a lot of lines for. Like I write a lot of Harvey, and I write a lot of Farron. And she writes a lot of Lux, and I feel like she does write a lot of Bexley, but like we're kind of mixed with Bexley. So, and then like we write you two, Bexley and Charlie, like both of us we write off, but like this set character was like, especially because like I named Harvey and she named Lux, so it was kind of like those two characters, that, and I named Farron, and you named Bexley. Yeah, you like the name Bexley, and then I love the name Charlie, so I named the name. I did Charlie. But like we have these characters, so
Yeah, I mean, we do have our characters, but it's very much a team effort when we're writing.
Mhm.
I'm really good with emotional stuff, and she's really good with the humor. So we feed off of each other really well. She's like, I don't know what to say to this because this is really emotional. I'm like, I got you. And then, you know, the other way around. So
There's definitely a good balance, that from what I can tell.
So I'm guessing right now Iz has been writing Charlie. Because she's done with the humor and stuff.
We love that.
she's been writing a lot more lately than I have, just because I've been working so much. But yeah.
I get an idea and I have to write it because if I don't write it, and it's like, I don't know, it's like that. But okay. Who I guess did you say, Ben, who you would like to have scenes with?
Yeah, I think that I'd imagine it'd be fun to do some scenes with Bexley. I think that they might have a special bond. Good friendship.
I guess we go into next, Robyn.
Let's go into what Naj wants to talk about. I know she's eager.
All right, what do you want to talk about, Naj?
Talk about ships. No, let's talk about it all.
Let's start with our Aaron and Bexley.
Barely, yeah.
Barely.
Let's go. Yeah.
What are you thinking, Naj?
Guess there's gonna be drama. Why can't I prepare my ship? You know, what's the other character? Ophelia? What, you know how?
I'm gonna say this one thing, Naj. I have a feeling you and Charlie disagree.
Oh. See it. No. Listen, we ride at dawn.
Vit is very much an Ophelia and Bexley fan, and then Naj is Theron and Bexley. So we already have ship
Well, I am the opposite of what I think you guys. I think you guys made Charlie the opposite of what I am.
Thought Charlie would be team Bexley and Ophelia because
I am definitely the opposite of that. I like the dynamic between Theron and Bexley.
All right, so Naj, what do you think? Like when you first saw them two on screen, what do you think?
You already knew how I acted. That was I think the choking scene got me the most because the tension was just there. Immaculate. I don't know. I was like, yeah, I'm sold. And then like behind the scenes stuff, I was like, yeah, we love that. So I was waiting with my shipping boat when it starts to sail.
He's the biggest fan.
Yes.
Lila and Sierra, you guys want to kind of talk about Bexley and Theron and their dynamic?
I would love to.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm waiting.
I would love to.
Yeah, I think Theron is like very strong-willed. Well, yeah, understatement. But I think she doesn't quite know who she is, and Bexley hates a lot of parts of herself. Like she kind of views herself as a monster a bit. And there's this one scene where Theron really gets under her skin, and it's the choking scene. And she says, you know, she's talking about Ophelia, which is like a real sore spot for Bexley, and Theron knows this, and she's like, did she find out what you are? And
I love that line.
Yeah, I know. And it's because like I just love the fact that I love that, and I kind of hate that, but because like she knows that Bexley sees herself as like this terrible thing that hurts people, and she said that to hurt Bexley, but then she found out that she like really cares for Bexley, and like there's like that one intense moment like during the choking scene, and like when me and Sierra were doing that, like afterwards we were like, good scene bro, yeah, good energy. But we've like we're like almost holding hands in that scene, and I think it was really cool because it was like kind of a violent moment, but like weirdly a really sweet one, and I think that just kind of explains the relationship. It's like kind of very much enemies to lovers kind of thing.
Yeah. I totally agree with that. Actually, in that scene when people were like, oh, you were holding hands, I was like, oh, we were? Like, I literally did not realize it. I don't know if that was me being in character or me just like not noticing it, but I think that really I think Farron also wouldn't have noticed that. I think that's very on brand for both me as a person and then Farron, like being like, oh shoot, I did something kind of nice to somebody. Oh, and like she just completely glasses over it and like doesn't register it because she's just so closed up. I think Bexley is someone who's really good for Farron. Farron I see is closed off and she's been hurt, so she doesn't like getting attached to people because people disappoint her. And I think Bexley is someone who the first time in a long time, she kind of opens the door a little bit. And then she kind of is dealing with the like, oh, do I let this person in? Do I close this door? And it kind of just, I feel like their relationship reveals kind of like the inner struggle in Farron and in Bexley, just kind of how they have lots of trust issues. And I honestly think their relationship can like be toxic at times, like toxic person. And the fact that Bexley and her have like a weird dynamic, it's probably not the healthiest thing, but I think that adds more to like the tension and the fun of it is their toxicity.
Yeah, I think the reason why Farron likes Bexley in the first place is because Bexley can kind of see through her BS. Like she's kind of like she can see that she's more than the bitch she pretends to be, and I think that scares Farron a lot because she doesn't really know how to deal with that. And like Bexley is still not quite over Ophelia. Like she still like loves Ophelia, and she still has like this mindset in her head, and like whenever she goes to her happy place or like tries to calm down, she pictures Ophelia. But then like this new person walks into her life and she doesn't quite want to let Ophelia go, but yeah, she can't like deny like these feelings that she has for Farron.
Yeah I was gonna say
Really
this is really gay.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. I think also I like that like Farron doesn't like Bexley comes in as a strong like gay character like off the get-go, like from the beginning. And I like that Farron usually in shows and stuff in media you'll see like the gay characters and they'll have a relationship and it's very sweet, but you often it's not as common when you see characters kind of figure out what they want and figure out their sexuality on screen. And so I really like that Farron is kind of going through that and literally having, I don't know if it's like a coming up, but she's really like searching for what her sexuality is and what she likes on screen. And I think it's cool that that's shown because oftentimes you don't really see that, especially in women, like women characters, women and women relationships are often like very fetishized in media. So you often don't see them in a very positive light where it's like two people coming together and realizing that they have feelings that they need to address, which is very different and I think very well written.
I think that was the biggest thing with Iz and I when we first started out this show, is that we wanted characters that everyone can relate to. So like, you know, having Bexley being gay, automatically there's no question about it. She's very relatable to other, you know, people her age or not even her age, you know, a lot of people in general that are very open with their sexuality. And then with Farron, I feel like because Farron has been labeled her entire life by those closest to her, by not labeling herself because she struggles so much with that, I think is a really good, it's something that a lot of people struggle with nowadays in all ages. And, you know, you don't know what to label yourself because you're so focused on trying to be perfect for everyone else that you're not trying to be perfect for yourself, if that makes sense.
No, that makes total sense.
And with Farron, I really love the fact that she's struggling with that. And I love the fact that she's so intimidating to everyone else, except Bexley is just like,
man, shut up.
I think like to like not like, I don't want to go into depth of this, but like I just kind of want to tease this a little bit, is that, you know, Farron really learns how to do certain stuff when it comes to Bexley. Like she learns that being around this girl kind of helps her in a way, and that also really scares her. And you really see going into season 2, and I don't want to like go forward too much, but like season 2, like especially with her friendship with Lux, you really see her kind of open herself up more, not only to Bexley but to other characters about this girl Because not only does it scare her, but it like kind of makes her happy, and she's like never really been happy, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And the whole situation with, if we go back to Ophelia, we kind of brought Ophelia in knowing that Bexley had gone through this loss of, you know, losing someone she cared about, and kind of like being in the place where she thought, you know, she thinks it's her fault. And it kind of pulls that away too, because she kind of like starts to move on from, you know, this relationship that she kind of had a hold on her for like years, you know, since it happened. And in that scene with you guys, the choking scene, I don't know if I can say this. I gotta ask Robyn. Can I say this, Robyn?
I don't even know what you're gonna say, so
Well, what the context of the scene is.
I think so. If it, you know, just say it and I can always cut it out later.
But basically, like, the whole concept is like, you know, Farron is doing this thing to Bexley, and she kind of goes into her mind and sees these memories of, you know, the time that Bexley and Ophelia had together. And I kind of feel like, as weird as it sounds, that's kind of when the connection between the two start. It's Bexley and Farron, and they kind of have that moment where it's like Farron's like, oh, who's this girl? Oh, there's something different.
Yeah.
You know, like, who's the girl that was in the memories? And she was basically like, you had no right to take those from me. Like, and I really love that scene, and it's probably the pivotal moment for you know, this ship. And yeah, so
I love the fact that you guys were holding hands, and I know we didn't write that in the script. It was just like the relationship just flows so naturally between the two of you, even though, you know, Sarah, you were saying they're kind of toxic too. They are, but that's not so much because of them together, but more so because of who they are individually.
Yeah.
And I really see the two of them really being guiding lights for each other. And so, like, Farron is providing this outsource for Bex to kind of help her heal her grief, and then Bex is providing that for Farron, for her to really like, okay, well, here's this girl who really knows who she is, and like, that's something that I want. Like, I want to know who I am, because that's what Farron struggles with a lot.
Yeah.
And I really love that dynamic, that it's very much a yin yang, you know, relationship between the two of them. And it's just so fun between both of you.
Yeah, I think Farron spends 95% of her time putting up a facade of the mean girl and like this person who has no feelings and no empathy. And so the fact that Bexley can break it down so quickly and so easily, I think throws her for a loop, because she's like, she spends all this time, she has everybody fooled, and then Bexley's like, this is a joke, right? Like, she sees it so quickly. And I think that both terrifies and interests Farron. I feel like it's like, whoa, like, oh, am I doing something wrong? Like, is she just like kind of smart? And then it also is like, oh, who is this? Like, how come she can do it and other people can't? And also, I kind of love that in the relationship, like, Farron clearly is dealing with some feelings, but she also is still manipulative and knows what she wants and will do anything to get it. So she uses the trust that she started to build with Bexley to her advantage to get what she wants, which is, it's like I feel like Farron in the relationship takes 2 steps forward and then like 50 steps back. And it's this constant like battle of like, can we get more forward than we can back? And I think I like the dynamic that they pull and push each other the entire season.
I think that was one of the reasons why we really put Ophelia in there, because Najin know I'm a sucker for angst, and I love
I mean, I'm too.
Yeah, you too. I love writing grief, and the more emotional I can make a scene, the more broken I can make a scene, the better. So having Bexley have something that broke her so deeply, and then have Farron latch onto that, is just like, that gives her leverage over Bexley, even though, I mean, later on down the road, it's not going to be great for them. But it's just like, it really gives me the opportunity to show Bexley's grief and then show Farron's response to that. and then begin the cycle of healing that Bexley needs for that. But it's just like I'm gonna write that scene, and I'm so excited for that.
I think it's really interesting because like Bexley blames herself for so much. Like she believes that everything that happened to Ophelia is directly her fault, and Farron like agrees with that. Like she says that point blank, and I don't think she's ever met anyone that brutally honest. And so she's also kind of like, you agree? Like she's never heard anybody else be like, yes, it was your fault. And it kind of definitely like, I think Farron just keeps surprising Bexley, and she's never bored with her, and she just like has to be very patient with her because this is Farron's like first relationship with a girl, and she doesn't quite know how to handle it. And so Bexley has to be very, very patient with Farron, but it's because she just like, I think she just likes how honest she is with her and how like truthful, and that she doesn't really have to try hard to be truthful with her as well. And I really like how open, like we were talking about this earlier, how open Bex is about her sexuality, because like as someone who is bisexual, who struggled with their sexuality for many years, I love playing a character who's just like, yes, I'm gay, yeah, yes, women. And it's like, so
yes, women,
yes, women, yeah.
Of course women. Of course.
Why not? What else? And it's just, it's such a great role to play, and I love working with Sierra because like she's so talented. And
thanks. Thank you.
She's like, oh my god.
Stop. Lila, you're so talented too. You're a wonderful scene partner. Like the way that like when we were this close together, and I literally was looking you directly in the eye, and usually like me personally, I'm like, oh, eye contact, ew. But like we were able to like, disgusting, but we were able to hold it so well. And I was like, I am seeing into this person's soul, not only as Farron, but as Sierra. And I think that really helped with the chemistry and, you know, the tension between the two characters, because it was both real and in character.
You guys have such incredible chemistry, and many times that like I thought, I was so worried, especially with Meagan and Ben and you two. It was like, gosh, hope they have chemistry, you know, because these two, they gotta look like they have chemistry on screen, you know. And when you guys met, like when I picked you three girls up, I for the beach, you guys like instantly clicked. We got in the car, like it was insane to like, and then like with Meagan and Ben, you guys clicked easily too, which was like that one scene on the beach. You guys did incredible, and I was like, okay, I can breathe now. They have chemistry. We're all good. But
they will be okay.
But yeah, I think what we can do.
Anyone else want to say anything about Farron and Bexley?
Barely for the win.
Would you say
I mean, I feel like they're endgame. That's just my opinion.
If anyone ships O'Bexley, you are blocked. You are cast out. I do not like you.
In the drafts,
You're gonna have your biggest shipper right there. She's gonna make all of your
yes. Breaking my back as I should. So
she literally is like instantly. She's like, whoa.
Every time we showed her the trailer before we had posted it, she was just like, oh. Every time.
Oh, okay.
Details every time. So that.
But I think we can get into Harvey and Lux now.
Yes.
So, I guess Robyn and I can kind of talk first about this. I love Harvey and Lux. They were like we basically like they were the first two characters we came up with. We were like, we want to have this kind of couple where it's like, you know, these two people who have this sort of connection but don't know who this person is, but they have this obvious like feeling and like connection towards each other.
It's like a deja vu, but you don't understand it.
And I guess really what we're talking was like, we had this certain image for these two characters because obviously what their supernaturals are. And what I love about Harvey and Lux is obviously that connection, but it's kind of like, it's hard to describe. I just love writing them, and I've said this from the beginning. And like, I feel like now seeing it on screen with Ben and Megan, it just makes it so much easier. It's like, oh, can I envision these two people saying this stuff? You know what I mean? And reading back through the first couple episodes that we have written, I was like, yeah, we're good for this. And yeah, I don't know. I guess that having now,
we originally were only casting Lux and Harvey at first because they were the only characters we had, and so we had opened up just those two at the beginning because those two were the ones that we needed to find at first, because like I said, they were our like fully fleshed out characters. And then when we had decided that we were going to do the concept trailer, we were like, okay, well now we need to find our other characters and really flesh them out. But like Iz was saying, Lux and Harvey were that's basically how we started the circle, was with Lux and Harvey.
This story is basically, they're in the very middle of it. Like everything kind of always comes back to their stories and how they relate to each other. And we were so worried that we weren't going to be able to find somebody to portray these two characters. These were like two of the characters that we were worried about, and obviously we had an issue finding Lux. And we were like, oh great, because the minute we saw, like, we had two people for Harvey, and then we did callbacks for each of you, and they were like, okay, we both decided, we were like, oh, Ben.
We decided on you, Ben, like right from the beginning, but we were just like, we have to give these other guys a shot.
And we had some people audition for Lux, but we had this certain, like, as bad as it sounds, we had this certain image that we wanted for Lux. We wanted dark hair, blue eyes, and like just like kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. Like we had this certain image, and I was telling Rob,
the only one really that we needed to have like exactly as we described her.
Yeah, because like I said, like all your guys' descriptions like completely different from what we had originally planned, especially Harvey's. And but like for Lux's, we were like, yeah, we can't change this. We can't go from what we want because she just needs to be like this. And then Meagan, I think you messaged me on Instagram or something, and we had some mutual followers, and she's like, can I audition? I was like, I don't know if you asked who you can audition for, if you kind of
I asked if I could self-tape.
And I was like, okay, did you have a character in mind? And I think you said Lux.
Yeah, because she was the only one that I think I fit the description for.
And I was like, yes. And I was telling Rob, and I was like, oh my god, she literally looks perfect for Lux. Can you please?
I know, she sent me your picture before anything, and she's like, yes. And I'm just like, she looks like Lux. Yeah, of course.
I mean, I only had one choice for a character I could audition for. So
but yeah, so
well, that is the thing. Charlie was the other one that we were adamant we would not bend on. So he had to be a certain description as well.
Yeah, which will be described later. But so yeah, going back to that, we were like, okay. And then you gave us a tape, and we knew from your first tape, but then we were like, okay, let's just give her this second side and just have her read this. And then I think you emailed you that same night. Yeah, you got the part.
It was within 2 minutes of me sending you the video. You responded. I was like, okay.
We knew. We were like, yeah, it was like that. And then obviously the rest of everybody, we kind of, we had like a few people for Farron, and we had a few people for Bexley. And it was kind of to the point where it's like, let's rewatch their tapes and see what we have here. And I guess it's just like you guys' tapes just stuck out to us the most, and I feel like you guys just delivered the lines.
So with Lila's, she was the only one that was really like deeply emotional with Bexley's lines, and I was just like, okay, I love that, first of all, and because you got into the character and you just really portrayed her exactly how we wanted her to be portrayed, and you were the only one for Bexley who did that.
Really?
And
I saw most of the audition tapes because Izzy liked to show me and ask me what I thought, and so I saw all of y'all's. I saw all of them. Yeah.
Weird.
And with Sierra, I was just like, yeah, she's Farron. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's just exactly how I pictured Farron. You were Farron, like right from the get-go. You were Farron, but
I love it.
Okay, we kind of backtracked.
yeah, okay, go back to Lux and Harvey.
Harvey. Okay, so I guess what we can do is have you two talk about it. So how do you guys feel about how we've written their story so far?
I mean, I guess I'll go first. I am very excited about Lux and Harvey's relationship. I guess especially seeing Lux slowly come out of her shell because of him, and then him just being this like strong figure that she kind of needs him in her life, and I'm just excited to see how that progresses.
Yeah, I think it's a cool relationship. What I like about the way that you've written Harvey is like I sort of like the energy that he brings to Lux sometimes, where everything can be like going, like, can I say going to shit? Well, I just said it. Everything can be going to shit with the circle of five, but he's like, I don't care about any of that. Like, I just need to make sure that like you're okay, we're okay. Like, I'm just here with you right now, and that's a cool thing to experience with another person, and it's awesome to watch Lux like come out of her shell. And I think that Harvey needs Lux just as much as she needs him. So yeah, it's a really fun relationship to play with.
Robyn?
I don't know what to say too much about, because I mean, they are, like you had said, the first like characters we had written, and the story does really revolve around their relationship. And there's certain aspects of their relationship that I love, and I can't wait to get into that. Really like explaining their connection and seeing how that affects them down the road. But I do love, like you were saying, is that they both need each other, because you can really see throughout the season how like Lux is very closed off, and she barely even talks in the beginning of the first few episodes. But through Harvey's like, and she has never really had anyone challenge her in that way, or just say like, hey, are you okay? Right? And so Harvey being there for her and doing that is really the key to her opening up to everyone else. Because I don't think that she would have had she not had him just kind of step into her space and just be like, I'm here for you. I know you don't know me, but there's a connection. I know you can feel it, and I'm here for you, and I'm not going anywhere. And I don't think Lux has really had that before. So
he's so resilient. Like, he does not let up. It would be really easy to let, Lux does a pretty good job of keeping people away, but not with Harvey.
Yeah,
with Lux, like, I don't think she's ever had an example of what love looks like. And so as she like starts to develop feelings, she doesn't really know what to do. And I think that makes it easier for her to just pull away and like lock herself up. And then kind of being pulled out of her shell is what allows her to open up to everyone else.
Yeah. And it kind of goes with her voiceover in the trailer of not letting herself feel something for him because she feels it's going to hurt her in the end. It's going to break her. And that really is true to Lux's character, because everything that she's experienced so far is pain. And so letting anyone in is just like, if I let this person in, I'm just going to experience more pain, and it's just better if I just close myself off. And that's where she's been like her entire life, is just closing herself off. And then Harvey's very much the same in that sense, but he's more in tune with his emotions, I think, but he's still very closed off like Lux is, just in a very different way, because of his experiences. And I think having Harvey see Lux kind of open up also helps him kind of open up as well. So like Farron and Bexley are kind of like a guiding light to each other, Lux and Harvey are very much a guiding light to each other.
Yeah, I feel like for me, like Lux and Harvey, they're my favorite relationship out of everything that we've written so far. And I so badly want to tease stuff about season 2, but like what I would just say about season 2 is that their relationship is just so adorable in season 2, and I feel like season 1 is kind of like that beginning of their relationship, of them opening each other up, and then you kind of go further into their story where it's like they're the most comfortable when they're around each other, and kind of leans into that, the line that, like you said, the line where she was like, you know, I'm afraid that if I let even a part of me feel something for him, that, you know, it's going to break her. But in like reality, can she break any more than she is? Like, you never know. Like, it could be like to the point where it's like Harvey can be the one to fix her. And I think we really focus on that. And I love writing them, and I hope people love their relationship because
there's a very fun like give and take tug of war between the two of them, because they are both very dominant people in their own lives or in their own aspects, and having that dynamic between the two of them, it's not like hero and the person that needs to be saved, you know, like that trope. It's very much like hero and hero in a sense. Anyways, so like having the two of them come together with that mindset is really fun to write and play off of each other, because like they both can be so powerful, and then just together it's just even more beautiful, I guess, between the two.
And you can sense that like it is a little, I don't know if dangerous is the right word, but there is something that is dangerous about the two of them coming together. Yeah, I mean, it's just like what Lux says, that she fears she's going to get hurt, and Harvey's probably scared in the same way, but he's so connected to her, and it feels very, very right, without like going into Harvey's past in too much detail.
Yeah, Harvey and Charlie are our mysteries.
I don't know what I'm allowed to say about Charlie, so I'm trying to like keep my mouth shut. Like over here, like
and then we have our two ships, and then we have Charlie.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I was about to say something, but I don't know what I'm allowed to say. Like, I can't say it. I can't say it. Okay.
Shut it down.
Shut it down, man. Shut it down.
He says, "Please stop."
She's like,
yeah. Well, I think with Charlie, I think we do very much want him to be a surprise. Like, we don't want to give his journey away at all.
His journey's big.
It's huge. I know that we're not teasing anything but about Charlie, but like his storyline and his arc is so big, and maybe not so much in the first season, but continuing into the second season, it is going to be huge.
Yeah,
around like everyone else as well too. So
yay.
Bestie
gets his screen time. Bestie gets his screen time.
He's not just a side character for humor. There is actually a story.
Well, for the first season. He's just there.
I think in the first season we are going to go a little bit into Charlie, but just not too much. Like there's going to be a few scenes of him where we kind of tease what's going to happen with him. But other than that, he's just very much just the comedic relief right now.
Stop mocking me. My hair is like really not working out for me today. I had it tied up before we did this.
But yeah, so that was our two main ships. We kind of knew going into writing this that like I said, we knew Lux and Harvey, like that was like the instant like, oh, they're epic, they're gonna end up together. And then it kind of like I don't think we really started out with like wanting to put Farron and Bexley together. And then I was kind of talking to Robyn, and I was like, how cool would that be? How good would that be if we put?
As we were writing them, we saw this relationship just kind of develop between the two of them as we were writing, and just like Bexley's quips to Farron, and like just her like no nonsense attitude when it comes to her. And it was just like, wait a second, they actually play really well off of each other on paper. So I think that let's move them towards
Enemies.
ship rather than just like enemies. Like we're gonna have enemies, obviously, but I mean, because
I
we
love
do
it.
that.
And of course, we couldn't make it easy, and we had to throw in Ophelia because we feel like you normally see, like in shows and TV shows, you see a triangle between a girl and two boys, or two girls and a boy. You never really see it with three girls. So like, we were like, I told her, I was like, we got to do a triangle. And I know, like, because we hate them. I hate them. I hate triangles, but like, it made sense, especially with if we wanted to throw in the whole grief story with Bexley. And we're like, okay, let's just make it Fairly versus Bexley. Let's just do that. That would be like the whole
But
ship.
it's kind of like, it's not your typical triangle because it's a triangle with a dead person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are not competition.
Like,
I can't say one thing. Bexley sounds like some kind of like medicine that you have to go to a doctor.
You know,
I said that.
I'm sorry.
Get them out of here. She's a corpse right now.
The door is over there.
And shut it, please. She gone. She's like a ghost. So, I mean, is there any competition? I don't think there is.
well, I mean, Farron has to compete with a ghost.
I have to compete with an emotional attachment, which honestly is really hard.
Yeah, because Bexley put Ophelia on like a pedestal. Like she's here, she's like an angel to her, and Farron has to compete with that.
She gotta level up. I hate to see
Because,
that.
because you can't you have a ghost. You can't, like in Farron's case, she's used to just like intimidating everyone. How can you intimidate a ghost? You can't.
Right.
Yeah. I think she wishes she could.
Yeah, I think that's why she's so mad about it. She's like, brah.
And then there's the Harvey and Lux. They're just like, we're here. We're together.
Like,
nobody can get between. Well,
Don't.
they're like,
Don't.
the two of us.
No.
I'm gonna shut up now.
No, Harvey and Lux are very much a couple. We're not even like, there's not even a question with that. Don't ship them with anyone else.
Oh, too late.
Oh, too late. Yeah, I saw that. There was, you know what? I don't really care. There was attention on Twitter today over Lux and Farron.
Yeah, as there should be. As there should
So
be.
unsurprised. For that.
Shocking. That's our Lux song.
It's funny that they're like,
That's what I don't understand.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is like, they didn't even like have any scenes together in the trailer, and people are
Our
automatically
energies,
like,
bro. They just sense the energy through the trailer, and we're like, yes.
And Harvey's just like, what's up, guys?
No, me and Harvey are just going down. We're like, oh.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Dang it.
We tried.
What's the ship name for Lux and Farron? Do we have one?
Oh.
That sounds like a measle. No.
I was about to say something, but it sounds very similar to a curse word, so I will not say it.
It's very similar to a curse word.
I just puzzled it out. Oh.
Anyways,
Their curse word is like insert like a censor here. That's
Yes,
that's their ship name. Just a censor.
And that's it. That's
Okay.
all we're gonna have.
That's it. It's just a star.
if people ship together, it just shows that you guys have great chemistry. And I feel like it doesn't even have to be like romantic chemistry. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and you guys all have incredible chemistry with each other. Like, you guys all bounce off each other very well. And like I said, that's what I was nervous about, but we made it work, so it was good. But I think what we can talk about now is kind of just like, do you guys have a favorite line that you said? Yeah? All right, what is your favorite line?
I think I hear Harvey calling my name. I don't really have that many lines, so I have lines that I know of, but I don't know if I can say them because like they're part of the actual episodes.
Can I say someone else's favorite line because I have one, but also my favorite line that someone said was when during the slap scene after Meagan just goes, bitch. I love that line.
Yes.
That was delivered so well too.
I mean, the amount of times we had to do that scene because one, Sierra kept tripping over my shoes. Not Sierra, Lila kept tripping over my shoes.
I was not tripping. I was in stilettos and I was killing it.
Girl,
Yes,
girl,
Would not catch me
you had to get
tripping.
you had to get piggyback rides on the beach. Please stop.
Yeah, but that was on the beach, not in the house. I could
Not
walk in
in the
stilettos in a regular place.
Period.
Okay,
Good.
that was your favorite was the bitch. I love that.
That was
I
my favorite
love that
one.
too. I told when I was messaging Meagan about it, I was like, I'm just gonna have it like that scene in the Vampire Diaries where Caroline goes, "Bitch." He's like, that's how it's delivered, and you did perfect. So, what about everybody else?
I'm in between on two. I literally had to grab my script. That's why I went off camera for a second because I was like, I need to look at this and like really decide. I'm in between on, well, I'm sorry for not having the nose of a dog. I can't just sniff my way home like you because it's just such a dig for it's so uncalled for. It's so unnecessary. And then but I also really like I could have starved out there or worse, broken a nail because it really shows, Farron's priorities in life.
For sure.
And it was so funny because I had this like motion that I just ended up doing. Like I didn't practice that. And then like I just ended up in the scene. I was like, or broken a nail. And like that just like happened. And it was so fun. That was like one of the most fun lines to like say.
I like Harvey's line in the voiceover, where like no matter how dark it seems, like you are far from broken. And I think that it's just a good line to sort of display Harvey's character. And that's sort of how he looks at Lux and probably everyone else in the circle. Like, I don't think he sees any of them as really broken or damaged. But this is like his team now. And especially with Lux, like, there's like a special connection there, but with everybody, he really believes in the group and is like, we got this. We're far from broken. We're going to make it out of here. So yeah, I think that's my favorite line.
I think mine was actually a voiceover. I'm afraid that if I let even a little bit of myself feel something for him, that it'll break me, and I'm already broken enough. I really like that line mainly because I feel like it just sums up Lux and where she's at with herself. But I also really like the scene that it takes place in, which we didn't film the scene, we just did the voiceover. But I love that scene for her and another character because I think that's the start of a good friendship. And so I'm excited about that.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember now. You remember, Robyn?
Yeah.
It took me a minute.
Yeah.
Look, she's like, duh, of course I remember it.
I don't think the other person knows yet, though. I think you only know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's unexpected.
Who can it be?
My favorite line, I think I've said this, it has to be the well, I don't know if I've said I love the haunted line. I love that one, the one that Lux says. But I really love, I go back to oh shoot, I need to plug in my computer. I really love the line where it was between Lux and Harvey at the end. It's the last scene that we filmed, where he goes, or she goes, "My life has never been about me." And I can feel like that also really describes Lux, and that was probably one of my favorite lines. But yeah. Robyn?
I like when Lux fires back at Farron, "You're nothing but a prima donna in heels."
It's such a good line.
True.
It was so fun to watch. I had like a front row seat to that. I was like, yes.
No, I really love that scene too, because I love when the way you got up, Lila. You're like, "Ooh, you guys are about to fight like dogs."
Oh, yeah, it was so funny.
I was like, bro, they're about to wreck. I should step in.
I loved everything about that scene. And then like the ending was just perfect.
I think it's funny.
The ending was so good.
Like Farron is just going off and Lux is just like looking her up and down, just like, okay.
And it's so funny because Meagan is so much smaller than Sierra.
Yeah.
And
There's like
she
the
was-
wide shot of me like walking up to her, and I'm like, my head was
Well, I mean,
straight up.
I know, and she's in heels too, so she was like over
It's
her.
like 5'11".
well, she was literally like towering over her, and I mean, I made some short jokes earlier today with Meagan, but
Yeah.
it's fine.
So
Had so many comments on the height difference
between
between Harvey and Lux.
You
Yes.
made it work.
Tried our best. We did
Not
everything we did.
No, not bad comments. Like
Oh,
Okay.
people are in love with your height difference. Like they
oh, hell yeah.
love it. like,
Nice.
like
Vit, which is like, I'm sad she's not here, but like Vit was like the one person she's like, the height difference.
every single time, yeah.
But that was fun practicing the hug scene.
Wait, can I say another favorite line? Because I said one that was my favorite line for another character, but like one that Beck says, it's actually also a voiceover. It was the one that's like, this is a test and no one else, but only one person will pass. Just because like that was such like a deep line. Like
Your
ooh.
voice, your voiceover when Iz showed me that for the first time, it gave me the chills. I'm gonna be
Really
honest.
so good. I was
And yeah, I was like, did she record that on her phone? I mean, like, damn, that's good. That's good audio. Like,
It was the day, I think it was the night or the morning after. Was it the morning after? Or was it the night?
It was the night that I left because I
Just
came back.
like, hey, can you do a voiceover? And I was like,
I
sure.
was with Meagan because she stayed the night that night, and she was reading the scripts, and she goes, I love this line, and she read it because I had completely forgot that we wrote it, and I was like, I love it.
Yeah, because we were on Zoom that night.
Hmm.
Yeah. I really liked Farron's I know more than you think I do, sweetheart.
Oh yeah.
Yes. No, that's such. I love that line.
You know, that line hit. I was like,
Like the kiss on the cheek, and then she's like,
It's like ASMR.
literally everything. I love that scene.
or what I really loved is we haven't talked about this, is the scene between Bexley and Ophelia is when
Oh yeah.
she was like, you of all people know what they would do if they find out we were together, or whatever that line is. I really love that line too.
We didn't put that in the trailer though, did
We
we?
didn't put that in the trailer. But that was, you saw the scene in the trailer. The scene was there, but like, and keep in mind, Kelly and Lila, they hadn't met before that scene, and they did perfect, like incredibly. It was to the point where it's like Kelly showed up, and then we were filming the choke scene, and then the next scene we're like, okay guys, let's go outside and let's make this happen. Use her leg, kiss her in the forehead, and we'll be good.
Yeah, you had like a basket and you were so excited about it, like the basket with the candy. You're like, come on, let's go on a date, guys.
But yeah, do you guys have any fun like behind the scenes stuff from set, like that comes to mind?
Many. It
Muted.
I have one thing that I absolutely love that I caught on camera from behind the scenes, and I think Meagan knows exactly what I am talking about. We were hanging out in the church, and there was a little printed out thing of Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
And you just see Sierra, Sierra's like in the background. I don't know what you're saying, but it's so funny because it gets really quiet, and then Lila just puts her hands like up to the thing, and she goes, Jesus. And then Meagan goes, bam. And it was the funniest thing because I got a screen cap, like a screenshot of when I told her. I was like, Meagan, I'm recording. She was like, it's her contact photo on my phone. Her name is Meagan with the grandma emoji because she's the oldest out of all of us.
Dang.
Yeah.
She's the one who called herself a grandma.
Sam is 5 years younger than me.
Lila's what, 6 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. 17. But it was really funny because like there was this hay scene, and like because during like the scene between like Harvey and Farron, Charlie and Becky get like thrown in the hay, and like we kept having to do that. So like there was hay all up in my hair, and then we went in the church, and like Meagan was like, "Let me get that for you."
Oh yeah, that was so.
And like I took my jacket off and I was like, it's fine. Just like let me stick it out. And she was like in the door, just like
He went over to the trash can and
That was so nice.
I do.
Can't forget about Sam's wet butt from the mud under the head.
Oh my gosh.
I was just about to mention that because like I kept.
I was so upset it didn't make the trailer.
You just see like a scene from me just walking away with my ass just wet.
You don't think
my jeans still have marks from it.
Yeah, and one of my favorite things about Ben is like we would go on the beach and then he would just walk away.
He just like disappeared. And we're just like, where's Ben?
I was looking for a good skipping rock and there were none. There was zero.
Well, I remember when the scene where I'm like laying in the sand. We finished one of the takes and I sit up and I see Ben over in the grass and I recognized you. I was like, who is this man?
That like kind of reminds me when we were back. It was I think it was the third day or the second. No, it was the third day because we came back here to shoot and to shoot the kiss and then the other thing in the woods or whatever, right? And I was like, where did Ben go? Because you were getting the special effects makeup put on you. I was like, where did Ben go? And I looked behind my couch and he's on the ground, sound asleep.
When I showed up here, I was like, when I first showed up here, Issa had her car door open on the third day shooting, and then I go and I drop off Lila at her hotel, and I come back and the garage door is open. I'm like, and it turns out Ben was laying on the garage door clicker, so that's why it opened.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And Izzy finally found the Reese's.
Yes.
After getting into a car wreck, she goes,
them,
but
right?
at least I found these.
I had gotten when he came over to my apartment. When Ben came over to my apartment, I had like this bowl of candy, which is completely gone now. Guys. Just keep in mind, it's completely gone.
I'm sorry, I did some real damage to that.
That's definitely on me and Ben.
Well, I'm eating all the Reese's and stuff. I was like, okay. And then
No, these weren't just Reese's. These were like the marshmallow Reese's. So it was milk chocolate and marshmallow coating the peanut butter. It was incredible.
like we went to this. Megan and I went to. I think it was it Walgreens or something.
We went to the gas station because I needed an energy drink.
Oh, that's right. And so I bought him Reese's. We got to the location and I could not find the Reese's. And then a couple of days later or a week later, I get into an accident and I come back into my with my trunk won't open or close. I mean, and I look in there, and the fucking Reese's Oh my god! I texted in the group chat. I was like, oh, "Guys, I found this freaking Reese's."
What is it with us and car problems right after filming?
My car is also on top now.
Well, I texted.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You what?
My car is also in the shop.
Oh my god, you guys.
I mean,
I can take mine in now.
I already.
And y'all were all saying I was the bad driver. My car is in tip-top shape.
Yeah, hey.
I don't want to hear
Drive
any
it all.
slander about me and my car ever again.
Well, Lila can't even drive. So.
I can't. No, I was like.
So
the
yeah,
one-
that's true.
I always had to hitch a ride. Like every time we went anywhere, I was like, "Can I get a ride?"
That was me.
Girl, you had a car.
I did.
Yeah, but you just
had a
wanted a
car. I
ride.
can't drive. I don't have my
I was
license.
worried about my tire.
Well, I mean, you ended up having to come back here anyways because you locked yourself out of your car.
I was literally, oh my god, it was awful. I was literally putting air in my tire and I shut my door. And
I was
And-
gonna
The way that I basically did that the week before
I
shooting.
locked my keys out of my in my
Oh
car.
god.
I was terrified.
Is
I was
texted
like,
in the group
You
chat. She
told
goes,
me,
update,
oh,
she's
no,
okay.
I'm coming. I'm coming. You're like, no.
I literally feared for my life. And I didn't even have like a mask, and so I couldn't go into the gas station. And this woman pulls up next to me with her husband, and I'm like, do you have a disposable mask I can have? So that I don't have to stand out here like a hooker, because that's what I looked like. Guys, it was hot. I took my sweater off, so I'm literally standing there in a tank top and like skinny jeans, and it was a crop top. It was not a good look. Okay.
It was not a good look. I remember like we were looking at the text messages and Iz was just like, hey guys, just a little update. She's alive and well.
I survived.
She
I had to wait
survived.
45 minutes. It took them 45 minutes to get to me.
And then you had to drive another 40 minutes to get back here.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Did everybody say what their favorite behind the scenes was?
No, I didn't. I'm trying to think of one. There was like so many really fun. I really liked when Ben was on top of a hay bale and they were trying to move it, but
Liam.
it didn't move with Liam, and it didn't move a single
really
inch.
Close. We got really close. We
You
did.
almost ate
Check
shit.
the footage. That thing almost went.
Yeah, it's like the way that it was just so funny. I was just sitting there like running my lines and I look out of the corner of my eye and I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, why are we moving a hay bale? I thought, well, it's like, we're about to film, right?
Yeah, it was our camera guy, Liam, and
Yeah, Liam's so
Ben.
sweet.
There's a video that Lindsay took of them two where it's like you literally just see Liam pushing it and then Ben's on the top.
So funny.
Like with his whole heart and soul trying to move it, and it bunched a little, like it wiggled. It wiggled.
It wiggled. I'll
filming.
give you a wiggle.
Inspiring, yeah.
Just filming that whole scene outside. I mean, I remember Lila made her own like little sunflower crown.
Oh
yeah,
that
when we were
was
out
so
there.
cute.
And when we were filming the scene and Lila and I were supposed to be sitting down, we were both just on our phones and I was just sending her texts back and forth just like of memes and stuff like that. Because we were in the scene but we weren't in the shot. So we weren't allowed to say anything or like
Yeah.
No, okay, it's the way that during that scene, because I was like talking to Ben, like, you know, as like Harvey and Farron, I kind of looked in the corner of my eye and I just see you two on your phone. And I was just like, this is so funny. Like Farron like really didn't do shit. Like they're just chilling. It was just really funny to me. I was like, wait, are they on camera? And I was like, oh, thank God, probably not. I feel like someone would have said something. But I was like, I like looked out of the corner of my eye and I was like, for a second, I was like, what? And then like
It's like the tops of our heads were on camera and we couldn't talk, and like Sierra was giving this speech about how she's a different kind of broken.
Yeah.
And me and Sam were like, bestie.
I in the middle of this scene, like out of nowhere, I just pull my phone out and I just send her a meme and then I just put my phone away and I act like nothing happened. And she just looks at her phone and she looks at me, she goes, because I mean I was trying not to laugh but I was just awkwardly sitting there. I didn't know what to do, so
we made it interesting.
And then the behind the scenes of us putting the blood on your face.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh,
that was so fun.
Like 10 minutes of us being back there.
That was so funny.
That was hilarious.
And then the bestie. I think
that was great.
Yeah,
that was really cute.
That was so
Well, the
fun.
thing you guys wanted to add after the Luxby kids.
That's what I was just like saying. I was just like,
yeah.
Bestie, I think we should leave. We should depart.
Yeah.
Let's go. Where are you going? Bestie went the wrong way.
And then he put the fake blood on me. And we
yeah.
went to Dunkin' Donuts after that. With the fake blood still on my face, and so like we pulled into the drive-through, and like this guy took our order, and he was acting like totally normal, but he was like stone-faced. He was like, "So you want an iced coffee?"
Oh God, you guys!
And then he left, and then the manager came back. And
she was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, I was just like, we're all fine. Like, it's fake blood. I have some on my hand. And you were like, we were filming a show.
Oh, it's okay. I worked at a haunted house. I get it. And I was like, okay, good.
Good. No, I feel like he got so scared that he just like, he played it cool. And then he went to his manager and he was like, this girl has blood on her face.
Someone, I'm real concerned. And then right after that, we went and dyed Sam's hair in a hotel room.
Yes, that was so fun. Yeah, they came. So Sam and Lila came over to my hotel while we were like waiting. I think Ben and Meagan were like rehearsing for the next day. Yeah, so they came over to my hotel and they were like, "Okay, guys," they were like, "Sierra, we're gonna dye hair at your apartment." I was like, "You're gonna what?"
Put that
and
dog
then there was
away.
the damn dog. Yeah, but we dyed hair and it was so fun. And we had this stupid cursed toy that cost way more than it should have in my hotel room. It literally was a thing of nightmares.
that dog, she like pulled like little like the rubber pieces and then left them in places.
Yep. My hotel was covered in like that dog's fur for like the entire next day.
Her name's Priscilla.
Yeah, this is Priscilla, and Sierra's hotel was covered in memories of Priscilla.
Yeah.
She was like, what, $15? Like, that's way too expensive for a kid's toy.
That thing, when it walked, I was like, oh my God, that thing is not seeing the pearly gates.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Fun fact about Priscilla, she dances, she shakes some ass, you know.
She does not dance. She like waddles with a demonic sound over like the waddling. It's horrifying.
It's my favorite.
Okay.
It's my favorite. I hate that dog.
We love her.
Like behind the scenes.
No.
I don't know. I feel like, man, I don't know.
Meagan is a nasty Crazy Eights player, and she is really cruel with the +2, +4s, like honestly out of control.
Yeah, I was all right. I really liked. It was actually a blooper. It was when we were filming the final scene of everyone laying on the ground. And Lila sneezed.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's like supposed to be like dead still, and I'm like looking around, and it literally was like a body rising out of a grave. It was so bad. And then just the whole in the woods scene.
Or when you started laughing because Sierra's tongue was blue.
Oh my God, stop. That was the funnious thing. It's like when I was doing this. Oh my God, that was so funny. I was doing the scream and I literally like took a lot of energy to get that scream, and I look over and the group is just laughing, and I was like, what the hell is so funny? And you guys were like, your tongue is blue. I was like,
because she had like this this blue Gatorade that she drank.
I like dyed my mouth blue, and then I had to like scream.
Fully open mouth scream. Right.
It was just blue. It was like a blue cavern.
It's like a blue. I mean, you can see it if you zoom in, but like, why would somebody zoom in on your?
Yeah, so don't zoom in, guys. Please, don't zoom in.
Priscilla would zoom in. Priscilla would do that.
Priscilla would zoom in.
We haven't actually written that scene that you scream. We just wanted you to scream.
I think that's fair.
Hey,
I think that would just be a scene in and of itself. Like, you know, there's a nice like Lux and Harvey scene, and then it cuts to me just like screaming, and then it cuts to like something else. I think that's fine.
My friends like to laugh at the part where I fall back and like I just you guys all did like some dramatic thing, and I just go.
That's so.
I watched you film that, and like Izzy was like, "Be more aggressive," and you're like,
"It sounds so hard."
In the first one, Sarah, who was our sound mixer, she was like, she took the headphones out after the first one. She goes, "That was perfect. The first part was great. Just warn me next time when you're about to scream so I can turn it down." And she has these headphones on, and I'm holding the boom mic, and you just scream, and she goes. Oh, but
I can't wait till the day that I scream.
We had those couple of questions from someone.
Oh yes, from fans. So,
Josh, did you have any questions?
No, I'm just enjoying my time.
She's just been silent for God knows how long. Like
she's
taking it all in, man.
Yeah,
browsing from a distance. Just collecting.
She's mesmerized by Priscilla.
No one is mesmerized. Nobody is mesmerized by that damn dog. Please put it away.
It's a bald spot. Do you want to see? Look.
No, because you keep pulling the damn hairs off the dog. Yeah. Stop.
We have two questions from this guy. He commented on the trailer on YouTube, and he said, "Are you taking our question for the actors?" And we're like, "Of course we are." And he had two. He's like, "What is the cast's main goal for this? Where do you guys see this going?"
a good question.
Um,
I think as far as it can, I think we'd all be grateful to
yeah, I think we'd all be just really grateful to see each other again and be able to experience like.
I mean, I'd be grateful. Oh, sorry. Go. Sorry.
Because we all like instantly connected when we first met. I mean, like, it was just like an instant. Like, I mean, it was weird how close we all got when we like after like knowing each other for a day, we were already taking car rides down to Chick-fil-A and talking like we had known each other for ages. I mean, I feel like I'm here for the experience. I don't have much experience when it comes to acting, and it's just a great first onset experience. So I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. Just as far as we can take it, I'd love to go because I have so much fun filming. I think it's such a great show and like it's written so well. And as far as we can get it to go, I'm down, man. And Priscilla's coming. Just want
No,
you
she's
to know.
not.
Yes, she is.
No, she is not. Like,
it's a no from me.
Yours out.
Bestie, no.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think I'd just be like grateful to film a pilot. Like, I'd love to film an entire episode. Like, I know minimum, I would love to do that. Like, film the entire episode, get the pilot out there, and then wherever it goes from there, I mean, will be just really awesome. I mean, I don't know, I don't have like an end goal in mind, but I would love to film the pilot, maybe the second episode, and see what happens. I'm just here for the ride.
You know the whole show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, same thing for me. I mean, definitely taking it one step at a time, but as far as it can go, I would love to like get to season 2.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about what's planned so far, and I just hope we get to see it through.
Yes, the second question is,
I actually want to be there next time.
Yeah.
Yes, please come down.
Please, yeah.
Please.
I was very bitter that I couldn't be. So, I mean, if we just need Canada to step up on the whole vaccine thing and opening the borders, that would be nice.
Yeah, we kept hearing about like the amazing Robyn and like not the Batman character, but like we were like,
Yeah, we really talked about Batman lore the entire weekend.
Yeah, but but no, because Izzy was telling us about what an amazing writer you were, and we were all just so excited to meet you. So we would love for you to be there.
I told her to make a little stick figure on a Post-it note and just put it in her car, and then I would be there in some shape or form and just be like, "That's me right there." I wasn't
really thinking of that at the moment. I was,
and then she didn't do it.
Wow. God damn it, Izzy.
I know. You were there next time. I would like to be there.
Yes, please.
You just see Robyn's face like on the screen in the middle of Izzy's car. You just see her face as like.
I'm just gonna be like one of those computers that's just like
like the computer from Lab Rats. What's his face?
Yes, the one that like yes,
the one that's shaped like an E, but it's just an R for Robyn.
And so what he said next was, you guys and girls act really well, better than some A-listers. And this is his words, not like, this is literally what he said. Is this your first big project, or have you guys done other projects?
Anyone want to take it?
Yeah, guys. I don't know. I go to a performing arts school, so I go to a high school and I do theater half the day. So and I've done a couple of short films before this, and I did like a little mini web series called Runner Up. It's real cute. I died in it. Yay.
Nice.
Spoiler.
But that's about it. I haven't done anything like huge yet. Manifesting.
I mean, this is the first thing that I've actually ever worked on before. So, as I said before, like I've never worked on anything on set. The only thing I've really worked on is something that's like in theater class, and I always played the role of the dad. So it's just, yeah.
I mean, yeah, this is my first project outside of like training. So everything that I've done so far has been like in class. and this was the first thing that I went for to try to get experience outside of class. And so far it's been an amazing experience. And yeah.
1 for 1.
Very
I'm
nice.
I'm also like studying to be an actor, and so I do stuff with the school, but most of that has been on stage, and so this is one of the first few projects that I've done in front of the camera. So I'm still new to it, and appreciate the encouragement, Mr. YouTube commenter, whoever you are.
Yeah, I've done a couple of things before this, nothing like super huge, but I did theater for a long time. I also graduated high school from a performing arts school, so I've been studying acting for a long time. But I did a short film, and I did my first feature film, which was really fun, and I actually play a vampire, which is really cool.
Oh.
Yeah, I play a vampire, and so that was really fun. And then I did like some voiceover work, like a couple times. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like this is definitely like my first TV stuff, which has been really awesome.
Twinsies, we've both been vampires. Look at that.
I know, right?
Oh, so
I didn't get to have fake blood or anything though. I get shot with holy water though. I do get shot with holy water. And then I get shot with a shotgun because the holy water doesn't work because it's actually not holy.
That's
Oh
awesome.
no.
Spoiler.
Oh my god, wait, does the holy water
It's the
not put
spoilers
holes
for
in you?
me.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
because the apparent, so okay, this is a spoiler. Sorry, spoilers for this movie. But yeah, it's not out yet. But basically the main character, like they go to like get some holy water, but the church is closed, so they try to make their own holy water. So it doesn't work. So when they spray me with it, I'm like, and then I'm like, oh, what the? That was just water. And then she pulls out a shotgun.
Like Plan B.
It's very like scary movie-esque vibes.
Love that.
Mhm.
I can't wait till it comes out.
Yeah, it's on Amazon
be
Prime,
all over.
baby.
Really?
It's gonna
Wow.
be,
Mhm.
oh wow.
Yeah, within I think in the next June-ish.
No, I'm
Follow me on my social
Oh my
medias
god,
and you'll see.
wait. When I get my apartment, we're all gonna come over and we're gonna just watch that.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, on the big TV. Or I can get my projector out and we can just put it on the projector.
That.
So Robyn, I feel like I'm gonna be the bad writer here. We should like tease just a little something more than we said.
What do you want to tease?
I don't know, but I feel like, like I'm just being that terrible writer where it's like I'm really excited about certain things and I'm like, can we tease something? I'm like looking to the responsible one. Can we tease something?
I kind of want to follow up with that other question. Is this being like kind of like your first, besides Sierra because she has their feature film in that?
Okay, it was small. Like
but like kind of coming into this, we're already kind of, because of what Iz and Naj and Vit and I have done with the podcast, we're kind of already an established fan base. We have dedicated viewers and friends, and so like bringing this experience into that already established fan base, I'm kind of wondering like how does that feel, kind of having already these fans who are already so excited about your characters and the ships and like this project?
Refreshing. It's weird. I've never worked on a project where like people like, this sounds weird, but like where people actually already cared about it, like I usually walk into a project and it's like something that they're just making and like nobody knows anything about it and they're just like putting it out there and hoping it goes well. And so I've never been in an environment where there's already people who are excited about it, who are like, oh my god, yay. So it's like really, really nice to see that, and it's so cool. And someone made an edit about it, which was so cool. Check
it off your bucket list.
Yeah, literally.
no, really.
And there's like already gifs of the trailer all over Twitter, like of you guys.
It is a little weird because I know that you guys are like on a separate part of the fandom than I am, but it is weird to see it on my timeline. It is weird. Like I do have a bunch of friends who watch the trailer and they have all said that it's incredible what we did in 3 days, and how we all pieced it, like how you guys pieced it together so well, and how the trailer was. I mean, the trailer did look professionally made. Like, I mean, like, not that it wasn't, you know, it was more of, you know, Izzy laying down on her bed while Robyn was on the phone with her as she edited the trailer. But it is weird to see so many people talk about it online, because, like, I mean, like, I don't know much about, like, the acting like setting, so it is just weird to see, like, people posting things like with my face in it, you know.
Yeah, it's super exciting, and I just hope that we can make it and that we can give the fans what they want.
Yeah, baby.
Mm-hmm.
You guys already have a lot of fans, so
Wonderful. Truly honored. Truly. Sorry.
Stop.
I get a bit British sometimes. Just kind of happens.
I just get I just get a little gay sometimes, but it's fine.
so does Bexley. So
Yeah.
Well, I mean, all the time for her.
Yeah. It's like a 9-to-5 job, but except 24/7.
Can I ask something? Because, like, I feel like there's not much we have said about Charlie. Is there anything we can tease about him?
We could tease your lung cancer.
Stop.
Because, like, I already know most of Charlie's story for season 2, and I've written some things for him.
Anything about Charlie's, because Charlie's is a very big story.
Yeah.
Dang, bro.
Charlie's is very rooted in his identity, and we don't want to share his identity, so sorry.
Sorry.
Tease what you are.
How do you tease?
Well, okay, say what you are.
Okay, I'm the rip-off version of Leah Martin. That's just how it is.
Stop.
No, you get to see a lot more of, like, I mean, him being a banshee is just like it that's what ties a lot into it. It's like his personal life and his story, and like how and like why he is the way he is, you know.
What we need to do is get this funded so we can tell that story.
Yes.
So we need everyone watching this. If you have laughed at all during this, or you like these characters, which I know you guys do, and like just scream about it and share and talk about it and tag people, and let's just get this started. Like,
yeah,
let's do this.
Let's make a show.
Let's make a show. Yeah.
Let's make this happen.
Please.
So that's what we need. We need every single one of you to
share this.
Yeah.
Like we said, we posted the trailer. If you guys haven't seen it already, I think Robyn's going to put it before this podcast, before the podcast starts, so you guys can kind of see what you're leading into and the stories and everything. Like I said, each character is so complex in their own way, and I feel like everyone's going to fall in love with, whether it's Harvey, Lux, you know, Farron, Bexley, or Charlie. You're going to fall in love with any one of them and really relate to the characters. And yeah, we're just really excited with all the love and support that you guys have been sending our way the last couple of days since the trailer has been sent out. Has been incredible. We got a lot of positive vibes, which that's kind of like what I was nervous about, because I think it's like, because this show is, you know, this show's my baby. Like, I've came up with this concept 3 years ago, and it's like crazy to think that it's actually happening. So all the love and support has been great, and I think we can all agree that we want to make this happen, so let's do it.
Yeah. And if you guys want to make it a thing that happens, that means I get to bring Priscilla to come bother Sam.
We're canceling the show.
We're
Please don't
canceling.
support.
Like, all of us drop the call. You're not. If we get picked up and we talk about we do what we talked about and us being roommates, you're not bringing that damn dog. It's not allowed. I'll have like a little like bird cage and I'll just put the dog in there.
We have a picture on the door with a picture of Priscilla and then just like an X on it. No, Priscilla. It's really unfortunate because she's coming.
Stop.
Okay, well, I think that's it, right? I think that's all we have to talk about. So
I
much
mean,
fun.
we could talk more, but then why film a show? So let's just
Yeah.
let's get this made so we can tell you guys what's gonna happen. Show you guys what's gonna happen.
Gerd.
But thank you guys for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
No, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
It's fun.
Thanks.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Kicking us off. Is this goodbye?